London in the underground, 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 London in the underground. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. The music for all your needs with great personalities, bringing all wet bands in the land to all broadcasting you straight out from the fall. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. London in the underground, 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 London in the underground with your host Jimmy. James, that is.
And now it's time for this week's 3-song rock shocker. 2 in your ear, 1 in your rear. You're tuned in to London Indie Underground. That was so-and-so with whatever it was. We need to get some girls in here, Jesus Christ. is London's only independent music broadcast, showcasing some of our area's most talented artists, bands, and personalities. Tune in to CHRW every Friday from 3:30 to 6 p.m. while your hosts Jimmy James and Brandon Eady spin all the best indie bands from London. Listen in for show announcements, ticket giveaways, and band interviews. London Indie Underground on CHRW.
Never thought I'd be here. Never thought I'd be so deep. Never thought I'd get so far from values that I keep. Just a little to start with, just a little more. But just another time I'll be anybody's whore. Every hour, every minute, I'm sinking further, deeper in it. Worry about it later, feel like shit some other day. If you keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. If you keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. Why's it gotta be like this? Why's it gotta take everything? I just can't seem to get this. I just wonder what's happening. Give a shit like we're selfish, like we want money for nothing, just to validate yourself and feel you're doing something. We slave away to fund our dreams, but nothing's ever what it seems. We can't escape from what it takes to try to get away. If you'll keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. If you keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. I'm chasing something I can see, sitting right in front of me. It can be what I wanna be, but then I'll have to pay the fee. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. If you keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. If you keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end. If you keep giving, then I'll keep taking. Tender penetration's got me in over my head, and I can't see to the end.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to another edition of the London Indie Underground, London's only independent music podcast, showcasing some of our area's most talented artists, bands, and personalities. My name, as always, is Jimmy James, and we are coming to you live from the Vault Recording Studio here at Adelaide and Princess, where we do have an open door policy. We do invite you to come down and share in with us this networking opportunity and an opportunity to take in some music that you might not have seen otherwise. Today's guests, none other than Wasted Potential. Very excited to have them here on the show. Joining me, as always, Mr. Brandon Eady.
Hey,
How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful.
You were telling us a quick story there offline about what you might find tomorrow morning. Would you like to share
Really,
that with
we're
everybody?
talking about my poops already.
Yeah, well, we can talk about your shoes too, but we'll get to that a
Well,
little
my
later.
poops will probably look like my shoes in the
Yeah,
morning.
probably.
I was just saying how I'm gonna wake up to this wonderful surprise, like I always do after I eat a giant pound of beets with my chicken for dinner, where I think I have a problem, and then I realized that the reason my poo is maroon is because I ate a pound of beets. That was the whole story, and I love how that just came up.
Maroon
Matches
poo.
my shoes, only they're pink.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I'm
know,
pulling
man.
them off totally.
Jury's out. I haven't conducted a thorough enough survey to determine.
And you
whether
were
or not
the
they're cool.
only one.
I'm the odd man out. I didn't like them, but that's teach their own.
Takes a strong man to wear salmon.
That's true.
Strong fish, they swim upstream.
So your 3-song rock shocker as we kick off most of our programs now. Ended there with the Offensive Senses and Tender Penetration. They've got their EP release party that's taking place tomorrow night at Taboo. Also featured on that bill is Red, Amber, Green, and I can't remember the name of the third band. I'll pull it up. Escapes me at the moment, but you definitely want to go and check them out if you dig the sound. Brand new EP produced by Michael Marucci, who incidentally is here right now, so we might get to them a little bit later. They're going to be joining us next week on the podcast. We had to switch things up a little bit. We're supposed to have Marcellus Wallace, which is my Motown soul band, but because of some scheduling conflicts, Two Crown King, the other band that I play with, is going to be playing as part of the London Music Hall grand opening, the ribbon cutting, and so there's a bit of a snafu there in the dates, so we had to move it up. Offensive Senses are going to be joining us next week. Before that, Fault of Mine, like Antidotes. Fault of Mine is going to be performing this Friday as part of the summer, in conjunction with Summer Camp and London Indie Underground at the APK, also featuring Rattlesnake Hotel and Astoria. So those three bands will be taking the stage. Make sure you go and check that out. I think the cover is $5.
$5 whole dollars.
$5.
Get out of here.
And then kicking off the Rock Shocker was Tandem Fucking Eagle, Beast with Two Backs. And recently show announcement with featuring them and Traumahawk. And that's, what's the date on that, E?
Sunday, September 22nd, also
Okay.
at APK.
So it's a
$5
little ways
as well.
away. But you definitely want to go check it out. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Tandem Eagle's first
That's their
headline
first headline or club show, yeah.
show. Club show.
Also
Other
on
than
that on that bill as well is this. I mean, the theme of the show is support local, but there's two bands on there that are also amazing. The Motor League, who are from the East Coast, who are ripping punk rock influenced rock and roll, and then Burn Red, who are from Toronto but have very, very strong roots in London. Ex-members of The End, which was a pretty prominent heavy metal in-your-face
Definitely.
experimental band of the day, and then the Full Blast. So it's going to be a rockin' show.
Who's the singer from The End? What's his name?
Aaron, yes.
So he went on to form another group, though, did he not?
He did a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything current or?
Not current right now, no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. I want to apologize to some of you out in podcast land. You may hear a nice little buzz in the background here. We seem to have a bit of a ghost in the machine, and I've been chasing this ground loop that's somewhere in this building, and I've systematically unplugged every fucking piece of gear that I own, and I still have not been able to track it down. And the worst part is it's intermittent, and I never know when it's going to come back up. And of course, it always turns on just before we go live to air.
Did you check to see if Ajay's hairdryer was on in the bathroom?
His Flowbee? He's got them both plugged in over there. You know what this thing is? You know what a Flowbee is?
No,
right?
I don't.
Okay,
Is that
so-
like the suck cut?
Yeah, it's a suck cut. That's exactly what it is. So I remember when I was like 7 or 8 and seeing this infomercial for this thing, and what you do is you connect it to your vacuum cleaner, and then you plug it in. It requires electricity, and then as you're cutting your hair, it's sucking your hair in and cutting it at the same time. And so he's been using this thing now for I don't know how long, but I mean, with awesome results. The guy's got a
Apparently.
wicked pompadour.
I was using my vacuum wrong the whole time I was a kid.
That's amazing. So we're joined by one member. Where are the rest of them?
Oh, who knows? Drinking, probably shotgunning beers, I'm not going to lie.
So, could you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yeah, my name's Nick Baird. I'm playing bass currently in Wasted Potential. And I also am a home brewer. I love making beer.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. So, behind us over there, what did you bring with us? Bring with you rather. Today?
I brought my first round of Saison in the Abyss. It's my first dry Saison attempt. So Saison's a style of beer, and this one turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, and it's a
quite
little
delicious.
bit high on the alcohol side. It's about 7.5, 7.9, which is a little high for a Saison, but it's still pretty tasty. Oh, here comes some more.
What did you
members.
call it?
Saison's in the Abyss, brother.
Yeah, Slayer reference there.
It's really quite good. I'm enjoying it.
Thank
Although
you.
I'm keeping it, well out of the distance because I don't want to knock it over.
Fair enough.
Some- Somebody I
Where's
know
the place
is-
to drink beer in London?
What, Milosh's?
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
What about it?
It's the best beer bar in town.
You think so?
That's
Well,
fair.
as far as
That's fair.
craft beer goes, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
we're all
they-
about craft beer and wasted potential.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting wasted, it's about getting wasted with quality.
The only thing about Milosh's is when I go there and I look up at the board and I don't really know what. to order.
Milosh.
Another win for Milosh. I never really know what to order.
You have to hang out with this guy because he
Yeah.
educates
Pretty
you
liberal
about
about
it.
letting you sample anything. You
Oh,
want.
yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to try anything, just ask, and they'll give you a little shot of it. And
Just You
Yeah,
know,
they'll give you-
you
give
head
you a
right
little
behind the counter and just pull the old pump. And,
Absolutely.
If you
Old
do ever go,
old
Nick,
pump.
if you do ever go drink with Nick, though, don't ever order a Bud or a Bud Light.
why is
I
that?
don't judge.
They actually mark
Judged
up
me, buddy.
They actually mark up the shitty, like macro beers and stuff there, which is awesome. Like, so if you go to order a Bud or a
It's
Coors or
$2
Labatt,
more or whatever.
It's more
it's,
expensive.
it's more expensive than a really expensive craft beer.
Well,
Or a really good, well-made craft beer, I think is what
Yeah.
you meant to
I
say.
think the thing though is like they have to carry those though for those people that are super
Well, you know what?
afraid of trying something new.
For Milos, he doesn't. He rocks his. He drives his own boat.
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy. He brings it in for like the big JLC events or Bud.
That's
Garden
what I mean.
events.
Yeah.
He carries it in for that, but he charges a premium
Oh,
because
yeah.
it costs him more to bring that in. It's not his regular delivery. He deals with local craft brewers. He'll drive to go get the beer. The guys in Toronto who don't deliver outside of the GTA, he will go up there, pick up the beer once a week, bring it back so that we in London can actually enjoy this beer. It's the man's so passionate about his product. So,
I love what he's done with the place.
oh yeah, it's great. It's only going to get better.
the only thing that sucks about that place is directly across the street they have a disabled parking spot that's not very clearly marked.
Raise your hand if you've been hit by that. Yeah. So far, half of us in the studio have raised
Yeah.
their hands.
Yeah.
$300 later.
Yeah, exactly.
Most expensive breakfast at Billy's ever.
And all they have is that one little sign that's on that post, right? And normally,
Oh, yeah.
the the handy. Well, I guess do they call them handicapped? I guess it's disabled parking.
Disabled parking. Yeah.
The disabled parking usually is clearly marked on the concrete with the sign, right, with the wheelchair sign.
Not for street parking though.
No,
Yeah.
no, it isn't. I called about that because I called the city to complain about
Yeah.
that, and I said, "Why do?" The city said, "Well, we don't mark the street because it destroys the pavement." And I said, "Well, why does every parking lot in North America want to destroy their pavement then by putting that on their pavement?" Well, that's their choice. It's private property. I said, "Well, that's technically my property because I pay taxes. So, I want you to put that on there for me."
Thank you, man.
My ticket just paid for you to do that.
Exactly. I'm gonna go spray bomb it now later. And by that, it was Kurt Murder who said that, by the way. It wasn't Nick Baird.
I didn't say a word.
Special guest right here.
So,
Old
this-
time.
actually, do you
Seen
guys want to introduce yourselves?
My
Could
name's
you?
Dustin. I play in Wasted Potential, and I do the Dude Ranch, and I play maybe in Heart and Lungs now, possibly, because Getty's sort of out of there. I don't know. I'm in all kinds of stuff.
You're
Get Party
unleashed
Records.
right now, aren't you?
Yeah,
Get Party Records. Maybe you want to mention that a little bit.
Get Party Records. Yeah,
You're a busy man.
too busy.
And so, who's our special guest here?
Kurt Murder.
Kurt
nobody.
Murder.
If anybody goes back far enough, the Daily Murders from London.
I'm just here for.
Get Wise.
Get wise.
Yeah, let's talk about Get Wise.
Let's talk about Get Wise.
Oh my gosh.
This guy
Get
saw
Wise.
the Descendants back in the day.
Really?
What? When did it turn into me?
Because you're
Why,
the special
why not?
guest
Why
now.
not? You're the special guest.
No, I'm just here to support you dudes, man.
Because you don't come out of your house ever.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna argue that.
This guy's been in the punk scene longer than any of us. He's seen all kinds of shows. He's been in the venues that don't even exist anymore. And he looks fucking the same age as us.
Probably younger. Let's be honest.
Younger.
One day it's just gonna just catch up all at once though.
And his girlfriend's younger than our girlfriends. I don't have one.
But if I had one, it would be older.
I have, yeah.
You just pickled yourself really well.
Yes, years of practice.
Awesome.
What are you working on these days?
Your new band. Yeah.
I'm really stoked
Two
for
new
this,
bands.
by the way.
2 new bands. What's that?
I'm really stoked for this band, by
Yeah.
the way.
Thank you.
So what are you working on?
One band's called Limiter, which is actually a former bandmate of mine who was in Cursed for a few years. So it's like this big kind of reunion. I haven't seen him since. So it's been about 10 or 11 years. There's like big hugs and all this crap. And
It made me super giddy when I saw you and Tom on Instagram together.
yeah, I'm pretty excited. Like, I just put it out there. I was looking for a bass player, and
What kind of stuff you're writing?
right off the bat,
Big hugs, big riffs.
Yeah, what kind of stuff you're writing?
Yeah.
Look at this
Do tell.
conversation's getting led.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like where I left off. It's like a very kind of melodic, progressive punk rock. Kind of like, if you dig Sam Lamb or if you dig Hot Water. Something along those lines, but, try to do your own version of that as best you can.
It's a good place to be. There's no one like that in London.
Well, I don't...
There was, but we
I
left
don't-
kind of a void.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I like to write, and I kind of stick with that. And I've done hardcore and this and that, but I mean, really, I just don't have the joints to play that kind of music anymore.
What do you mean by joints?
Well, you know, things hurt after a while, you know.
Okay.
Oh, those joints.
joints.
Yeah, not like
Oh, there's no joints in hardcore.
yeah, exactly. At least not last time I checked, but I don't think that scene is really the same anymore, if there is any.
All right, guys, so we're going to get to a song here. We're going to come back up. Want to have some conversation with you about the state of the music scene here in London and kind of get some feedback. Apart from obviously showcasing some talent here, we try to give some feedback to, aspiring musicians, both emerging and established, about the London music scene, because quite frankly, I don't think there's been a lot of coverage beyond the likes of Brandon Eady and some of the others that are championing the local scene. But, it's nice to get some perspective from people that have kind of been there, done that. And Dustin, you having obviously put a lot of time and effort into your ventures, I'm sure we can, between a lot of us can certainly give some feedback here to the community. Cool. So I'm going to throw to a band called the Cobra Hawks. I've been jamming them a whole lot. They are actually going to be featured at Koi Fest. They are going to be on the main stage on the Friday night. They're one of the kickoff bands. We were very excited to have them here in the studio as part of our initial fundraiser going back now just about a month ago. But they will be coming back and are going to be performing and interviewing with us on a podcast. Hopefully, we're trying to nail down a date here in September. But in the meantime, let's check this out. This is Man Out of Me, the Cobra Hawks on the London Indie Underground.
I want it right now. You gotta listen to me. We did all the hugging, kissing, now it's time for sucking, licking the same. I didn't come here to waste your time. I just came to blow your mind. You gotta show me what's in store. You know I can't ignore. Oh, darling, can't you say? God damn it, baby, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time.
London Indie Underground, making your mom wet since 2012.
The Alcoholies with Flashback to 93 here on the London Indie Underground. Kicking it off, the Cobra Hawks, once again, they're going to be performing at this year's Koi Fest, which is a giant music festival, if you're not aware. It takes place in Kitchener. I believe this is the 4th annual. This thing has been growing year after year. A number of venues that are on board with this thing, as well as the main stage. But the Cobra Hawks will be opening up on the Friday night. I encourage you to check them out if you've not already. Visit them online. So just before the break, we were talking very briefly about the state of the music scene, and I kind of wanted to get your opinion, and for our listeners that are tuned in and want to know, because I got to tell you that I've been reading some things online and different, whether it's publications or blog pieces or whatnot, and the general consensus is there's something happening in London. And I wanted to get your take because you guys have clearly have been around these parts for some time and have been in varying bands and I know Dustin, you tend to deal primarily with punk rock, which is in and of itself is a big part of the scene. But I wanted to ask kind of the panel, what do you feel right now are some of the highlights of the scene in London? What do you feel? What are you passionate about, and what excites you right now about music in London?
I'll start off and say everybody that you see here, like, our primary thing is probably based around punk rock. I know Edie dabbles in a little bit of everything else a little bit, but for 75% of his career, it's punk rock.
I grew up doing shows for
Punk
my friends,
hardcore,
punk
yeah.
hardcore stuff. So I kind of get lumped into that, scene a lot more than I'm into the hardcore stuff, and not as much anymore. Still punk rock, but I mean, I like the folk. I like the folk rock. I like the rock. I like the hip hop. I'll do whatever. I mean, I don't think London's ever been at a down point. London goes in waves, and it never hits rock bottom like a lot of towns I've seen.
Well, that's true.
In Ontario and Canada. I think what excites me right now is that for the first time, not that people are going to shows because I think they've always gone to shows. It just depends on the attention span of a lot of people, but
They're interested.
they're interested in stuff again because there's actually some good bands coming out.
That's right.
There's always been London's very cyclical, where every year there'll be, 2 bands that you could actually be like, man, these guys are going to make it, and it might not be something that you like, but you've seen them before, and they're touring, and there's a buzz, and you got it, and I feel like there's, some bands from kind of every different genre in the city now, doing at that breaking point where they're ready to tour, and they've already started touring and creating buzz, but they're just going to grow more, and that's good to see.
Yeah, I agree. Excuse me. The hardcores will always go, and they're always going to be there.
No.
Well, I don't know. I disagree, man. I think that there's a lot of people that have been in the scene and around the scene for a long time that keep their ear to the ground and kind of know what's happening and will go out and support what they think is good. But at the same time, I think there's and I mentioned this before. There's a new crop of talent that's emerging right now that is exciting for me.
I think age comes into play. Like, there's people that
absolutely
really will be huge supporters. They're like, I in high school started at 16 coming out and seeing bands, and they hit this point, they're like 27 or something, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm too old to go out and see bands. And they'll these people will straight up say it to you. They're like, that's what I used to do. I don't do it anymore. And I was like, that's their answer to you, is that I used to do that. That's when I was younger. And I'm like, but I'm like 2 years older than you, and that's what I do. They're like, that's what I used to do.
Music's always kind of a fad, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it comes with age. Like, when you have more free time on your hand and less responsibilities, you have more money and more available time to prioritize yourself to that. But the older you get, the more consumed you are with your job, and then, wives and kids and family, and it
That's true. I mean,
subtracts.
when I suggest the hardcores will always be there, I mean, they're not going to frequent as many shows as they used to, but unless your social group is changing dramatically, I find a lot of people are still pretty interconnected, and at the same time, a lot of them appreciate music, right?
Oh, absolutely. The hardcore scene. I hate calling that because
When I say the
what is the
hardcores, I'm
There's
not
two types of
referring.
hardcore
there's
scenes.
two.
I'm not referring to the hardcores as in like the people that are fans of hardcore music. I mean hardcores and those that are committed
Oh,
to going
yeah,
out to
Passionate
shows.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, that's yeah. No, absolutely. And you're always going to have those people that are
Right.
coming out because they're connected. I mean, I know we have a shit ton of friends who will still come out when there's certain bands that they're like, I'm not going to miss this, but every day they're still keeping their ear to the ground. They're just not coming out because they can't support it as much as they'd like to.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I mean, our lives kind of dictate what we're able to do, right?
But as you know, as Dustin was saying, he's been going to shows since he was 16. I've been going to shows since I was 13 in London. The problem is, and I reiterate this all the time, is that there's no, and I'm not saying a Call the Office or a Salt Lounge or an Embassy because I was part of it. I just mean in terms of there's no place that kids can go Monday to Friday and catch bands for $5. There's no solid, hey man, I'm just gonna go and catch these bands for $5. I'm allowed to because I'm underage and this
They
is
don't
awesome.
get interest. They don't
So
get
they don't get hooked as early.
into the concept of just
Yeah.
going out and socializing for $5 to see a show.
When that's where it started early, and then by the time you were 20 and you could go, you're like, oh, this is awesome. Now I'm at the shows and I can drink and I'm having the best time ever too. And then you just get more involved.
Now, do you think all ages shows would be popular if they were put on?
Well, any show that I do is not 19 plus.
Right.
I mean, I try to keep everything all ages.
Right.
But it-
Almost everything. When I moved here 10 years ago, almost every single show was all ages.
But I guess the question that I pose is if it was exclusively an all ages show that wasn't, there was no alcohol,
No,
it wouldn't fly, would it?
no.
It's too difficult with
It's-
no alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, the scene, regardless
Right.
of what type of music. it
Music
is.
revolves around booze.
Those
Well, I mean,
Unfortunately-
maybe the
unfortunately,
bar
yeah.
scene, but alternative venues.
Those
Like, if
young-
we did all ages shows, do you think people would
those
come?
young kids don't come out in droves like they did
Yeah.
before. It's like I just don't think the marketing and the drive of what they want to do is the same sort of music as they did before. Like when I was 16, like all my friends wanted to go see live music. I don't think those kids even realize what live music is anymore.
I think the matinee shows, that was something that I know you did, Edie. So, like, seeing the Cancer Bats, you could see them twice in an afternoon. You catch a 19 and under show or an all ages show, and then a night it was 19 plus. That, I think, was a great thing. Whether or not all bands are feasible to do that, it becomes a weekend only sort of situation, but I thought that was a great way to get young people hooked. Come out in the afternoon. Your parents let you out. It's not nighttime. You're not dealing with whatever parents feel is the issue downtown or around. They get the chance to go out, see the band, check it out, talk to the members, and then go home. I thought that was always a great avenue.
It was recently part of, it was called Sound Off, which is hosted by Music Ontario. And it was a seminar that they put on at Aeolian Hall to gather some feedback about, London's scene and try to centrically, propose a plan to try to support us as much as they can. And, when they posed the question, what was really good about London, it was rapid fire. There was a lot of stuff that came off quickly, but then when the question was posed, what are some of the challenges that we face? I mean, that went on for a long time, right? So all of those things notwithstanding, I kind of want to ask you guys, do you think, and Edie, you can obviously chime in on this, but do you think a music festival, something like Koi Fest or, a Canadian Music Week, maybe to a lesser extent because we don't have as many venues, but something like that is viable here?
It
No.
is.
You think?
It is absolutely
I
viable
do.
here.
Like
And-
Fringe Fest, it just goes to show that as a artistic side of things, but not just live performance and music and theater and all of that together. I think it does
It's
incredibly well here.
we've been trying to get something like that going for 5 years, and I won't lie. And what's been roadblocking us the entire time is the tourism department of London and how much money they're not going to support, and that creates a real challenge because to pull off something that size needs backing from the city and funding. The reason that it's been a problem is because it's a lot of alternative music that they don't find would be touristy. So they would rather gone, and with Lola, they gave Lola, I don't even want to tell you how much money Lola got every year to then, it come out that they weren't doing it for the right reasons and were pocket a lot of stuff.
But are they not seeing like the numbers of North by Northeast, South by Southwest, of Canadian
Absolutely.
Music Week in Toronto?
Yeah.
Are they not seeing the popular? I mean,
Absolutely.
yes, it's in a hub that's it's the big smoke, whatever. But there is that draw here in a smaller scale. If you look at it,
I look at London the exact same way as I do on any big show or any grand scheme things. You're gonna if you've done it right and you have it eclectic enough, you're gonna bring people from the Tilsonburgs and Sarnia, and all that lumps into one giant city, and it's definitely feasible. And like I said, there's some things going on that will hopefully take place next summer. But yeah, I'd love to see it happen. I've wanted to see it happen for years.
It's with Bayfest gone now, it's sort of almost the time to sort of strike on this, that we can draw a whole new crowd and push that a little bit more, because that was a big draw, and now unfortunately that's not happening any longer as far as this year was concerned.
This
Right,
year.
that's done, and now is the time. The opportunity's there. The void is there. So
Well, the reason I posed this question is, this whole initiative, the Strike the Right Note initiative, where I don't know where we're at with that right now, and if you guys don't know about it, it was a lobby group that's trying to procure some funds from the government. Recently, there was $45 million that was included into the new fiscal budget. Excuse me, and this a group, or at least some figureheads, I guess, are trying to lobby to rally some people around this cause and to try to obtain some of these monies. And the case study that they did was based out of Austin, Texas, where they've managed to grow their local tourism huge within a small period of time. I think they grew $1 billion within 5 or 6 years, based on money. Based on music.
Hope based on money.
Well, of course, based on money, but based on music. It was tied specifically to music and building a festival to drive tourism there. So, what I can tell you is there's other neighboring communities right now. You look at what Kitchener's doing. Guelph,
We go all the way down. We're going to Florida.
Yeah.
We went last year, and I went the year before. We go down to Gainesville. Amazing festival.
Yeah.
And you would never think, I'm going to go to Gainesville, Florida. You go down there, it's an amazing community. And we're spending money all over the place at their,
Yeah.
different restaurants and hotels. And
I'm not
stuff.
surprised, man,
It
because
made
people
so
are
much
tapping
money,
into this thing, right?
Regardless that they want punks taking over their city, we're dumping a lot of money into their economy.
Well, and that's exactly my point. These neighboring communities now have already put their plans into place, or have already started something to try to, Koi Festival. I know it's still, I guess, relatively in its infancy. It's only 4 years old, but still, I mean, we're already seeing some major acts now that are coming as a result of that. So we're kind of behind the 8 ball here in London. I mean, we really
There's
need to rally
reason
around
for
this.
it, unfortunately.
Do
And
tell.
I'm not going to say it's necessarily budgetary wise, but it's also that London is one of the most conservative cities in all of Ontario.
I don't disagree.
And as soon as we have this festival, we're going to have 900 noise complaints that night, and then chances are the second one won't happen.
Do you know what
because
our
then
noise
they'll
bylaw
back
is?
down.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's insane. So you can't have sustained peaks of over 102
I honestly
dB.
think the Tragically Hip are way too loud when they play.
Oh yeah, but a big festival like that, they will
I'm
will
kidding,
pay
I'm
the
kidding.
fine. No. It's funny because it's true. I think it was last year, Rock the Park last year. It was Bush. I can't remember the other.
Stone,
guys.
oh no, that was the year before. Bush
Oh,
was, yeah. Bush
yeah,
was-
We're on Albie's porch, Albie from Heart and Lungs, balcony. He was at 21 King, which is like right across the park. Last year we watched Rock the Park. We could hear everything clear as day. They got a ticket last year, so they turned down everything. So this year he's like, come over, we'll drink beers and do whatever and like hang out there and listen to it. So we go over there, couldn't hear a thing. So we're just like, everybody's like tweeting FM 96 being like, turn it up, because it was so quiet because they got the noise complaints the
Yeah.
year before. They turned it down significantly lower, that the only place you could hear it is at Eric Longton's.
Not at the park.
$5,000 is the fine that's imposed.
Yeah,
And
but yeah, when you're bringing in that kind of
Revenue. That's,
revenue and
But still,
clientele,
5,000
but
is
that's
not
still
a drop in the
5,000
bucket.
against charity. Like
Yeah.
that's a hit for charity for Rock the Park.
Yeah.
Like we've been fined numerous times for tent parties, and
Yeah.
I almost got one on Saturday night for the rooftop. It's just the problem. Like, sorry, continue before I go on with what I was going to say.
No.
Scene
on.
Music Festival in St. Catharines, Ontario.
Yep.
It's been going on for 12 years now, and I've been a part of it for 10. For 3 years in a row, they got noise complaints and were threatened to be shut down. The city of St. Catharines and the mayor were the ones who stepped up and actually opposed the police and the people complaining and said, this event is bringing in 14,000 people into our city who are spending money. If you have a problem with that, leave the city for a day. Go to the cottage, go on a trip, whatever. Come back. All this is doing is helping your city grow. I don't think anyone in London, on the
Joe's not going to do that for us? Joe's
on.
not going to do that for us? Come on.
Jofo.
I mean, as much as he's a drummer,
Yeah.
It's true, man.
And that's
But
the only
I'll
thing that I'm afraid of, you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, we've been trying to get this going, a lot of us.
Well, I
And
mean,
there is
I-
something hopefully going to be happening next year, but
to do it in the downtown core, like Victoria Park and even Harris Park, I think is going to be a challenge. I guess we'll see. I'm optimistic that they're going to put something together because I really believe that we need something like that here. I mean, it'd be great to be able to go and see a giant show in your backyard. You know what I mean?
What's your opinion on this, Kurt?
I have no opinion.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No.
No.
I think
No, I don't.
he's hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This city is way too conservative. And the idea of having noise complaints for a festival that's helping your city is just ridiculous.
Well, here's a bit of ridiculousness. So there was an outdoor festival. It was a tent festival. It was hosted by the London Music Hall, and it was a prominent DJ that was performing. And I think they got a fine of $5,000 because they had a sustained peak over 102 dB. The show was done, and to prove a point, so the bylaw officer was there, and they carry a dB meter, and they hold it up and they show you what your sustained peaks are. And the sound man, who I know, also had his own dB meter because they got to manage this now. They got to keep an eye on what they're doing. And during the performance, he was scooping out as much bass as he could, and it's difficult to do with the nature of the artist. At the end of it, the performance was done, and just the crowd noise was 98 dB. He was holding up the meter. So think about that. So just the crowd noise, the people talking and yelling and all that, 98 dB, can't have sustained peaks of over 102. We need to,
that's one raw louder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
Or some
something's
giant
got to be done.
earmuffs.
Something's got to be done, right? In order for them, because I'll tell you right now, on a technical rider, that's one of the first things they're going to look at.
So I understand if you're living in the suburbs and the noise gets there, by all means complain. If you live I live downtown. If it gets noisy, I live downtown. I expect for it to be noisy. It's the downtown core of a college town and a thriving town.
Agreed.
I don't.
Agreed. Well, anyways, great discussion. Thank you very much. This is going to be a part of an ongoing piece that we're doing here in London Indie Underground, and just try to create some awareness about not only the things that are great about London, but obviously some of the challenges that we face. And the truth is these things are going to remain a challenge until either somebody steps up to champion it as a voice, or we all come together. Whether or not we're going to have any success with that, obviously that's not something that I can forecast. But if nothing else, we can at least create awareness.
Everyone in London should just buy my pink Vans, and they'd feel a lot better.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Salmon.
Salmon.
All right, well,
not
we're
salmon.
going to get to some more music here, and then coming up at the top of the hour, Wasted Potential is going to perform for us. You guys got a half an hour. You going to be able to fill it?
Sure.
Do you guys?
See, I know punk rock songs are traditionally very short, right? So
Yeah, I think we're like 18 songs
17,
and like
18
28
songs,
minutes.
no fooling?
No
food?
we'll set the record here. We should have some sort of like wall mount to be like this
The
is how many
commemorative
songs
plaque?
we played. Yeah, in
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah. The most number of songs played in the least amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. We could hook up something like that.
Yeah.
That'd
Do
be
you like the
amazing.
tagline I dubbed you? London's anti-sober punk rocks.
No, I did like that.
Man, I can hear this buzzing every now and then, and it's driving me crazy. But it's a ghost in the machine. We can't figure it out. Me, Greg over there, Greg Hatchett, who I want to thank, who's been doing front of house sound for us now for some time. And Greg, obviously at Fanshawe College and one of the founders of Lackey Music Festival. He's a tech over there, so he was trying to help me out here too. And like I said, I pulled apart every fucking
there
piece
a
of gear. I own.
beehive?
I don't know what
Is
it
it
is,
just
man.
bees
So
buzzing?
I do apologize every now and then, folks. You might hear a little something, but we're going to try to get it figured out. We got an electrician that's going to come in here next week and see if we can get this thing sorted out. Because we hadn't had any problems, and then what are you going to do? Anyway, we'll get to some music here, and when we come back, we'll be joined by a live performance with Wasted Potential. So, one of the bands that's going to be performing, folks, if you didn't know already, and I hope you know by now, so this coming Saturday, we're going to have our next fundraising event taking place here at London Indie Underground, hosted by the Vault Recording Studio, 532 Adelaide and Princess. It's a pay-what-you-can admission by donation event that's going to feature one of my bands, Two Crown King. Also going to be featuring on that is the Baxters. If you've not seen them yet, I really encourage you to check them out. Also, Black Frame Spectacle, which I'm going to get to here in a moment. We're going to play one of their songs.
Messes and Miracles.
Messes and Miracles. It's their CD release party. They got a brand new disc that they just recorded at EMAX Studio with Matt Grady, Kyle Ashbourne. And this was as a result of the 98.1 Fresh FM contest that they won for the Under the Covers. They were given some money, went into the studio, recorded a new EP. They're going to be releasing it here on Friday. I know they're quite excited, Saturday rather, they're quite excited about it. And last but not least, the Divine Right of Kings is going to be kicking off the whole event for us. So it's a mixed bag of music for the evening, but this is a community style of event, and we're hoping that we're going to be joined by musicians and music enthusiasts. We ask you to come at 8 o'clock when the doors open. It is a bring your own beer event. We do operate as an alternative venue, so we are basically inviting you into our home to come and have a party with us. And with that, we do expect you to respect our place, respect each other, and
No dicks.
No dicks. We need to keep this thing dick free so that we can continue to do this week after week, month after month, and support all the talent that we have here in London. Anyway, that said, we'll get to some Black Frame Spectacle. This is Class of Lonely Dreams here on the London Indie Underground.
Bit down on a bitter one. Better take some time now going in. Oh, I'm not fooling anyone. I'll just take it any way I can. Oh, case in point, bullet bomb shattered through a pane of one can dream. Oh, stripped of all color one, filtered through a screen of here I see. We're going in, face up forever, back to the wild. We're going in, and if the days don't last, we're going in. Get down to the dirty work, tripping on the velvet covered screens. Oh, testify to be a mock, ever wretched class of lonely dreams. It's never worth the hidden cost, taken to the shackles like a fiend. Taking what the buzzard's left, wipe your mouth with $1 million sleeves. We're going in, face up forever, back to the wild. We're going in, and if the days don't last, we're going in. We're going in, face up forever, back to the wind. We're going in, there's no surrender. It's not over. We're going in, face up forever, back to the wind. We're going in, and if the days don't last, we're going in.
Turn that shit off, man. What's wrong with you, man? Get the other record. Damn.
You're listening to London Indie Underground.
Yeah.
I'll never stop, don't think I can. It's in my nature, it's what I am. Think I'm wrong, you might be right. We'll know soon, it's a matter of time. And now I find there's a fine line between insane and divine. And I walk it, balance across it. You call it obsession. Is that such a bad thing? I'm taking a bite out of life. here before, it's nothing new. Comes with the package. Oh, I thought that you knew that. Think I don't care the problems I do. And when I'm stuck in the moment, nothing else gets through. And that's all you do. You never let go. What's that make you? You call it obsession, and that's what you do. You never let go. What's that make you? What's that make you? 'Cause you'll find there's a fine line between insane and divine. Such a bad thing. We're taking a bite out of life. Whoa. We're taking a bite out of life. We're taking a bite out of life.
London Indie Underground. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Woke this morning on the bathroom floor, and you waiting up
Captain Bringdown and the Buzz Killers with the Bathroom Floor here on the London Indie Underground. Before that, Lucky Widmore with Obsession. Lucky Widmore right now is looking for a new drummer. They posted up on our timeline. If you happen to be a drummer, you're looking for a band, they are looking for a drummer. And then kicking it off once again, the Black Frame Spectacle, Class of Lonely Dreams. Couple of announcements for you folks. Right next door to us here in the parking lot, next door at the beer store, which I know a number of you are very familiar with, in that parking lot is a hot dog vendor called Dude Dogs. And if you've not had a Dude Dog before, Dude Dogs makes some of the finest hot dogs that I think I've ever had. Well, anyways, on our Wednesday nights and during our podcasts fundraisers, which take place on the weekend, the next one obviously coming up this Saturday, they're going to stay open late to serve any of our guests that happen to be here. So if you happen to be a bit hungry, you can stroll over to Dude Dogs. You can pick up, they start at about $3.50 for an 8-inch dog, and they've got a full assortment of toppings. They've got a bunch of different dogs that you can choose from. I encourage you to go and check them out. The guy owns it, his name is Dave. He's over there right now. If you're hungry, go see Dude Dogs. Last but not least, I do want to point out, right by the front door here, we do have a donation box. Now, listen, our podcasts are free, and you're more than welcome to attend week after week, and we don't impose a cover. But if you would like to make a donation to London Indie Underground, we ask you to pop a couple of bucks in there. Any money that we collect goes right back into what we do here, which is supporting the independent music community. Obviously there's a lot of time and effort and money that goes into this, and we are survived by the community, so we do appreciate any donations, any contributions that you'd like to make to us. Once again, our box is right by the front door. You can't miss it. It's got a couple of cute little lights on it. Any contributions that you want to make, we would sincerely appreciate. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased today to be joined in studio by this band here. They've been making a lot of noise in the London area. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Wasted Potential.
You've got a conscience now, sticking blood tattoos and unpromised.
Everybody rock!
Thanks, guys. We're fucking wasted fucking potential. Who are you?
I had a lot of basmati rice. I made it myself.
That's way the fuck healthier than we were predicting. We're like, Danny's gonna be like, I ate Doritos.
That's
and I
payday
had some
lunch.
nuts.
That's payday lunch. Payday lunch is sweet chili heat and a bag of peanuts.
Dude, you should be not at payday every day. You'd be way healthier.
I could not have that. My body couldn't maintain a healthy diet. It couldn't maintain it. It's all about fluctuation. Fluctuation is the key word.
Katie keeps him in shape, right, Kate? She's like, no.
No.
This one's a Simpsons reference. This one's called Quijibo. What's this about, Danny?
This song's about going to birthday parties and throwing up.
Bodies with fake love.
This next one's a new song.
Thanks, guys. Anyways, we just released a bunch of shit live. We recorded at the Sugar Shack with Simon Lachette.
La Rochette.
And it's up on our Bandcamp, wastepotential@bandcamp.com. And every song has a YouTube video, so if you like us, just fucking go check it out. We have free download cards that are shaped like pizza, so if you like us, go grab one and download our demo.
They're good working out jams. If anyone here owns a Good Life Fitness membership, get your pump on to some Soho sessions. I'm pumped. You should be too. See that? I'm fucking ripped. Wait 1 second. This next song's called Slam Drunk, so I'm gonna take a drink before I play it. Hey, why don't you all take a drink? That never works. No one ever listens to anything I say on stage. What's that?
I listen to you.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I like your Belvedere shirt.
I'm more into the tractor pulls. This song's called Slam Drunk.
She wish the one way was playful way. Her face will make it happen. Yeah. You got me, my fever, ready to discover revival. I bet you're ready to play you. Too much to tell. Too much to tell. Too much to tell. Enough to tell. Why don't you be out in the blood? I thought with these tracks I done. With my family witness, I found in my dream. Turn the purple say, don't let this go. Don't let this go. Don't let this go. Don't let this go. What happened for the best intentions have been born from a conversation. Sounds of coffee, sounds like drinking the black coffee, soundtrack of the head. Drinking black coffee, soundtrack of the head. What was it sounding for you? She had a crazy flow. What was it sounding for you? She had a report.
This song's called Seattle. It's about Nirvana. Just kidding. Fuck Nirvana. Just kidding. Love Nirvana. We should burn like the ways that we grew up. We should burn with the picture we grew up before. Feel okay with it. We should burn like the ways that we grew up. I always fuck that song up. I should sing in time. Thank you. Thank you. I have never sung that song in time, so you guys are polite. You guys are friendly and polite.
Yeah. Yeah.
The song's called Swass. It's about the talcum powder.
It was just a bunch of noise up here to us.
I couldn't hear shit. This song is called Swass. It's about the talcum powder in DC's car. People can sound lit! Lunacy on the transient! Push it away from me! Trying to figure it out. Why every time I was running away, I was begging for me. Why did I do nothing and I find it in you? Fully in the ground, dancing, playing. Can you feel it too? Got up in my baby. If I had a whip around, been to the red tape cigarette, I felt no hope. Now it's just in silence in the Southern Valley when it's like no show. By myself with the bottle of steel corn, a late city with that blood. Push it away from me. Time to figure it out. When every time I was running away, I was begging for it. Why did I do nothing and I found it in you? Feeling the cold, disappointed. Can you feel it too? Got it from my baby. My heart with you in. Been to the ticket that takes cigarette. I don't know, fuck it.
That song was about ass sweat. It was called Swass. I like that you guys like that one. That one went out to Jimmy. I hope Jimmy liked that in there too. You can't hear Jimmy, but he's probably clapping back there.
So excited. I'm so excited. This has been so much fun. You guys are so much fun. You guys are all my best friends now. If I'm not friends with you on Facebook, my name is Danny Kidd, and you can add that on Facebook.
2 Ds. 2 Ds.
2 Ds, and we can start chatting.
Or if you have Instagram, he's Little Hoochie69.
Little Hoochie69 on Instagram. If you guys want to see what I do on my day-to-day life, you guys are invited inside of that.
Dick pics. Lots of dick pics, guys.
I post like a photo every 3 weeks. Usually about like dogs I don't own.
This next one goes out to our friend Chris. This one's called Premature Ejaculation.
When the breath of last lying, cover the darling best night. With the faint voices we were on tour. What did it take to do the generation? Back up in the head. To a bottle calculated in that. What's it to wild inside? With the faint voices we were on tour. Faint voices we were on tour. The faint voices we were on tour. Faint voices. We're going to fly. We gotta get back on top here. We're just looking to the wind. I was tired of you, scared and alone. When I walked out that way. Song's called Whip It Out. How many times I only do this in my life? Let's get a face out the pump on the name now. What you say when we're famous, somehow it's in the future.
songs for you. Thanks so much.
This one's called Is This Show All Ages? And it's clearly, maybe, not. I don't know.
Who's over 19? I want to see some IDs. Bring them to the front of the stage. Just kidding. I don't give a fuck. Family photo. Yeah.
We recorded this song last night for our 7-inch that's coming out soon, and we totally fucked it up, and we're putting it out differently than we actually wrote it. And limited edition, we'll play it properly tonight, though.
There's a demo version and a 7-inch version, so you should own both if you're
Our new version's 5 seconds shorter.
Just scoping.
This is our last song. It's called Pass Blue It's coming. Lucifer. Look at the wind bright, 'cause I was thinking really thinking with the wind bright, 'cause I was feeling fine, I just couldn't understand, 'cause I was fucking bright. I got the wind bright. Lately I've been sipping out between cigarettes and the liquor takes out, just like vomit, some kid, something to feel. And keeping everything down after everything, keeping everything down after everything. When I was feeling down, you did right. I took the wind away, 'cause I was thinking really thinking bad, 'cause I was feeling fine, I couldn't understand. Lately I've been wrestling with the yellow tabs on the cellophane, keeping everything down, keeping everything down after everything, keeping everything down after everything. I was feeling good. You feel it right. Been on the railway, we were doing good. I'm feeling fine, just on the sea. You were feeling down. You feel it right. 'Cause I was thinking really thinking bad, 'cause I was feeling fine, just on the sea. What's the real good? What's the real good? What's the real good? Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Good night.
Get wasted with us.
Yeah, hang out and party.
Machine gun, debit card, brain cell cancer, black and charred. Reparation, all of my time. I need so much I can't afford to buy. Get back to work, don't get thrown away. This check ain't gonna hold
stay. If I can't get ahead, there will be hell to pay. Pressure high, money low. Oh, no matter how much I have, I always need more. Pressure high, redundant necessity, unyielding misfortune can't be foreseen. Protagonist, or so I have claimed. Infamous villain in my younger days. I've taken greater chance to show that I've changed, but nobody here knows me by my real name. Just stay the course, things will be okay. Don't burn each other out, we go on this way. Pressure high, money low. Oh, no matter how much I have, I always need more. Pressure high, my future encrypted. This uninspired thing to create it. This chaos which governs more than now. My thirst is always insatiable, financially unstable, morally incapable. Oh, pressure high, money low. Yeah. No matter how much I have, I always need more. Pressure high, money low.
London Indie Underground with your host, Jimmy James. You're probably going to see Brandon Eady at some point, too, unfortunately.
So she's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. There's so many things that I wanna say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. I ain't got many friends like this, so true. No one's around when I'm in trouble. You know what they
Someone's coming in. Turn the porn off.
Doctor, how are things with you? I just came by for a little help to get me through the night. And come, you're a busy man, so I won't be staying long. I'll just get what I need and then I'll carry on. You never ask what ails, but no one really cares. Prescribed self-suicide pills, that is all I like. Shouts of pain, inhale in vain. The people come and go and all the faces show artificial grins. Chemical sin sped up and spun out of control again and again. Looks like you're a busy man tonight. I really can't stay long. I'll just get what I need and I'll carry on. But now the sun's rays have begun to show through a crack in the blinded window. Oh, looks like I'll overstayed. Once again, I just can't find the words to leave. Everyone is looking at me. Is this reality? Will someone please help me? Will someone please help me? Help me find my way out of this reality. Will someone please help me? I just can't find the words to leave. Everyone is looking at me. Is this reality? Will someone please help me? The sun's rays have begun to show through a crack in the blinded window. Looks like I've overstayed. Once again, I just can't find the words to leave. Everyone is looking at me. Is this reality? Will someone please help me? The sun's rays have begun to show through a crack in the blinded window. Looks like I've overstayed. Once again, I just can't find the words to leave. Everyone is looking at me. Is this reality? Will someone please help me?
Halfway to Barstow with Doctor here in the London Indie Underground. Before that, we had a little Curtis with Your Love. Curtis actually is going to be playing with Face to Face as well as the Salads in Toronto at the Sound Academy coming up pretty soon. I know they're pretty jacked about that, and I'm pretty happy for them. Siegfried Meyer is a good friend of our show, and obviously as a music producer, we get a lot of his works here. We're happy to showcase that. And kicking it off, a little Cease and Resist with Pressure, one of their brand new tracks. We've been featuring that quite a bit at CHRW Radio. If you don't know already, this guy and I, Mr. Brandon Eady and myself, every Friday from 3:30 to 6 p.m., we showcase all the best bands from London and southwestern Ontario on CHRW Radio from 3:30 to 6. Once again, tune into the London Indie Underground on CHRW. So listen, I know some people are like making their way back into the building now. And I guess now as is tradition, after a band performs, we make our way out front. There's a bunch of smokers here. But that said, I want to let everybody know that next door in the parking lot of the beer store is a little hot dog stand called Dude Dogs. And if you've not been to Dude Dogs, arguably some of the best dogs in the city. They've got a bunch of different combinations that you can choose from, all sorts of different toppings. The guy that owns the place, his name is Dave. He's a good buddy of mine. I encourage you to go over and pick up a Dude Dog if you happen to be hungry. They're going to be open every Wednesday for our podcast, and we'll also be here as part of our fundraisers that we do once a month. This next one coming up this Saturday. They'll be in our smoking section, which is a sectioned off area, a couple of trailers that we pull up here next to the building so that we can have a bit of privacy, and Brandon Edie is blowing ass in the background.
I mean, sure enough, I'm always the one that it gets pointed to. And that's, I mean, within rights, of course.
I naturally assume. I'm sorry, Brandon. I wasn't looking in your general direction, but I naturally assumed that it was you because
Because I just told you about last night about how
you
I
have
dropped
zero fart etiquette.
I don't give a shit. I dropped a bomb on a dude in a gas station as I was leaving the other day.
Quiet entry.
It was cute.
Edie was farting, so it doesn't matter how quiet.
So we are now joined by all
don't make
the
the
members of the band, Wasted Potential. So listen, we've got a couple of you that we're kind of in the background, in the peripheral earlier. So could you kindly introduce yourselves, pretty please, and Sugar on Top?
Is that me?
That would be you.
You're one of them.
I'm Danny. I sing in Wasted Potential.
And he rolls around on the floor.
And I roll around on the floor.
Are you wasted?
Floor roller.
I'm wasted.
Potentially. The answer would have been potentially.
So it's not just a clever name.
He's Eddie Better wasted. Look, he's drinking his
He's got a
wine.
bottle of wine.
Yeah, I saw you slap that in the fridge there earlier.
Heller Estates,
Made it-
2012. Riesling.
Yeah.
From the Niagara Plains.
So,
Good year.
good
Peninsula,
year.
shout
Who
out.
else we got?
I'm Dustin. I play drums, and I wish I could roll around on the floor and drink wine like this guy.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
We all need to have a dream, right?
That's right,
Who else we
something
got?
to strive for.
Richard. They let me noodle around on the guitar in certain parts.
We call him Reg.
Yeah.
Uncle Reg.
Or Rick.
Uncle Reg.
Or Uncle
Fitting.
Shredge.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us in studio today. By the way, that was an absolutely kick-ass performance.
Thank
I
you
thought
very
so.
much.
for
Yeah,
having
we
us.
had a great crowd here tonight, and I've got to say, you guys have been some of the ambassadors of local music here. I always see you not only posting things that are related to obviously your own performances, but of some of the other bands in the market too, and getting behind them. And I think that's one of the key factors into our success. I've always been a big proponent of the adage that we're all in this together.
It all crosses over.
It's true.
If their shows do well, our shows do well. Everyone comes out, they hear about it, they see us posting about it, so they come check us out for posting them.
I pat your back, you pat mine.
Exactly.
Honestly.
As a side note, I need to say that 7.5% beer is doing the trick.
Yeah.
It does it. It does
Really.
the magic.
I think it's done now, though.
It is done.
Yeah.
We tapped that keg.
Yeah. Well, there were a bunch of people on it. I think more maybe than you had originally
Oh, no.
accounted for.
Close
This
that
guy
door,
was in on it
boys.
for sure.
The albino? Yeah, it's okay. It's always allowed.
You guys don't want to talk to me.
Okay, so listen, we got to get into this. We only have a short time, but we got a lot of ground to cover. So, Wasted Potential. So, how long now, effectively, have you guys been together as a unit?
Since like the last week of December, I guess.
Just before Christmas.
Yep.
So, what brought you together? How'd you find each other?
I was in a band and Nick was in a band and we weren't doing a hell of a lot, so I agreed. Me and Nick were like, let's start some sort of like late 80s hardcore band, and we'd done it for a little bit with a different drummer and sort of fizzled out for a bit, and we met Dustin during Movember that I did last year.
Right,
He played
yeah,
in a Mo Effects cover band where he sang and played drums. He agreed to do it, and at the same time I was having lunch with Richard at the Early Bird, and he's like, dude, I'll play guitar, lead guitar, and I have a van so we can like play places. And Danny was like, can I please sing?
Yeah. No, like I literally got drunk several times at different bars and would just walk up and be like, "Look, come on, let me sing."
We're
your
at Retro,
band."
and he's like, can I sing?
Just let me sing. Come on, man.
Just tell me where to shred and drive.
So
Yeah.
what happened
We're
was
good to go.
I went away for Christmas and did my family thing. I come back and these guys had jammed twice. And I come back and Dustin's like, "You got to hear this." We've got the lineup. I come back in to the jam space that we had at the time, and these guys are already playing, and I'm like, what just happened? Did I just walk into something that I've always wanted to walk into? I've wanted to play in a band like this my entire life. I'm 34 years old, and I've never played in a band like this.
It just clicked. Like, I was playing in Stay Home. He's in
Raider
Raider
Lead.
Lead. He's in Mullet Corpse. He's in
Still.
MoFX. And, yeah.
Still playing death metal.
And Danny's been in multiple things. We just combined forces to do something.
That's amazing.
It's the convenience of like a bit of a draw in London because we all come from a different background, and Edie will attest to it. Like, we all draw a little bit of a different group of people. So when we play a show, we each draw 5 to 10 friends of our own, and 5 people. That's 50 people right there, right?
Right.
So that's awesome.
Right. Well, when you start adding up the numbers of statistically who you should be able to bring out to a show, I mean, every show should be pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not always the case. But with you guys, certainly, I mean, you've got in a short amount of time, I think you've amassed a pretty substantial following. That said, I mean, organically because of some of the other projects that you've been in, but certainly I'm hopeful that today's podcast will tune in, some new listeners that
for
wouldn't
sure.
have been familiar
That's-
with your stuff.
it's
before.
funny.
We had a little crowd out there even tonight for, it's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
show. It's
We
not a
had-
show per se.
We had
but
50 people here at
it
least.
still drew, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's great.
And we're doing all right. Like, our friend Brent was in Pittsburgh, and some random dude came up to him on the street and knew who the hell our band was 2 months ago when he was in the streets in Pittsburgh wearing our Wasted Potential shirt.
That's
We were only in
amazing.
a band for 4 months, and some guy came up to him and was like, "I've heard of that band. That's awesome."
Yeah.
So we have like random shirts floating around, and people know who that we are. Or people just like taking photos, like, "I'm in Montreal right now, and somebody's wearing your shirt." And I'm like, "That's fucking cool."
It's
That's
the same
amazing.
thing with like someone was, my friend Drew was playing with American Nightmare or whatever,
Yeah.
Sound Academy, and he was like, man, we went on stage and we just looked around and there's fucking like 5 Wasted Potential shirts, like 7 Wasted Potential. They're all in the front row. He's like, you guys, what the fuck?
That's also the good thing about well-designed, good-looking clutch merch.
Yeah, exactly. Our merch has been awesome.
Our claim to fame is pizza, and we're gonna stick to it. Who doesn't like pizza? And
Everybody
all our
loves
merch is
pizza,
pizza themed.
Yeah. No,
And-
it's
Pizza and Satan.
certainly it's something that everybody can identify with.
Yeah.
You know.
Pizza
Okay,
and
so let me
Satan.
ask you. So you've been in a band since December. So you've all come from different projects with varying degrees of success, and obviously some still active, and others, not. And we've been saying all along this. There's so many bands right now that are kind of rising out of the ashes from other, I want to say failed projects, but not necessarily failed. Just they've kind of reached
Run
their
their-
end.
run
Right?
their
They run their
course.
course exactly. But I want to ask you, as a band starting up fresh, what do you think are some of the key things earlier on to establish success long term?
Honestly, you have to have a social presence on the internet, and out of all these guys, like, I have stepped up and I'm the social media dude, and you got to be on the internet. So many people have an awesome band and they're not putting their presence on the internet very much. That really harms you. It's like, wow, we write good songs, we have really good recording, but who's gonna see it if you're not pushing it? Like, we recorded right away with Kyle. We recorded with Richard and Kyle and Grady from EMAC, like, mixed our thing and mastered it, and I literally went out to every important friend on my Facebook and was like, listen to this, please share this to about 200 people, and it just sort of went viral for like a month.
And regardless of the sound of it, the only payment for that whole album was, what was it, whiskey?
Yeah, we paid them a bunch of booze.
Don't give away Grady's secret.
Not bad, not bad, not a bad album for Scotch.
Can I share with you something about that? So this year I hosted the Jack Richardson Music Awards, as well as the music seminars that we hold at Aeolian Hall. And part of the music seminar is the demo submission to a critique panel. And so one of the submissions was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a Wasted Potential song. And it so
It's the first we're hearing of this.
yeah. I think if it wasn't a Wasted Potential song, it was something very similar of the sort, where it was basically a bottle of whiskey that sealed the deal. It was a band that had recorded their own stuff, and brought it to EMAC, and for a bottle of whiskey, they recorded it.
I'm gonna
And-
say that's us.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was you guys.
That sounds about right.
And Rob Nation, who was one of the owners, who was a friend of mine,
Yeah.
was like, well, I don't know if that was mixed at EMAC. Oh yeah, it was definitely mixed at EMAC, and yeah. and I knew the story of it, that it was mixed for a bottle
were
of
drunk.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Grady won't be very happy about it, but there was an awesome picture of him surfing on the pool table there
in his underwear.
And,
video.
Rob
I've got
Nation
video
wasn't
of it.
very happy
Oh, I
about
know,
that.
I know. I know
It
about that
happens.
story too. Yeah.
It happens. You know, it happens.
So we
Yeah,
should
yeah.
apologize now to Mac. Let's raise our beers to Mac Grady.
Matt Grady, thank
Matt
you so
Grady,
much.
We'll find you a new job if
Yeah.
we need to.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
The guy is on here all the time. This is way worse.
It was the
than
Mac
that.
Grady show there for a while because he was playing in, like, he's a kind of a band horror, right? So he plays in a bunch of different. Well, he kind of sits in on some different projects, but certainly a talented guy. And he was on a number of our podcasts. So social media is an important thing. There's no question. I mean, you need to establish your presence online.
I did a really cool concept. So merch is a really hard thing when you're starting with a band. Everybody's poor. Like, we all have like all right jobs and stuff, but so I knew a graphic designer. We all pitched in money to get our Pizzagram logo, and we all pitched in money to get the logo. What we did is we put up on the internet, Store Envy or whatever the hell store, to pre-order the shirt. We pre-sold 15 shirts at $15, which paid for 30 shirts. So we had an inventory of shirts without having to pay for a single shirt.
Right.
I don't feel guilty of that at all. That we actually had our first run of merch paid for by the first run of fans. So we had shirts to run through, and we sold those ones that we had already paid for after that. Those sold right away. We reordered our shirts right away, and we've really since then not dumped money into our own merch. We've just resold. Most bands have to dump that initial cost into their shirts, and we started it from just people pre-selling it, pre-ordering.
That's great.
For like the first 2 months, everybody knew us because of the shirt.
Yeah.
It was the shirt.
Well, and also we had a pretty good motto. We love playing London. Don't get us wrong, but our whole thing is that we want to play outside of London as much as possible, and
Right.
not just that we don't want to go to the States or anything, but we just want to hit neighboring cities, get the word out there, and start visiting, opening up acts, playing shows that are, we're the opening act, and all of a sudden we're one of the best bands on the night. It's something like that, and that's really helped us with exposure.
Yeah, we played Guelph, St. Thomas. ED helped us with playing Toronto, and like we've just
St. Catharines.
we've been a band half a year, but we've played 15 shows, and 7 of them were out of town already.
Yeah.
And our goal is to keep the ratio of out of town shows greater than in town. And I think a lot of new bands starting out in London are like, we need to play in London before we go out of town. It's like, no, you don't necessarily have
Yeah,
to.
once or twice.
Keep yourself, like,
Then
think
you get
higher
out
of
there.
yourself and like push yourself to that
Yeah,
level.
but you guys, I mean, well, you guys obviously do the same way that I treat every band.
Our pedigree's
And
a little
it's
bit
that same-
different,
But it helps when you guys are all coming from other backgrounds where you've played in the bands and you have the connections, where some of the younger up and coming bands don't know where to start and they can't, so they just look to London until they come together.
It's true. And the other thing, like
It's
back to the like
understandable that
success thing.
People want to play,
Yeah.
Back to the success in a new band thing or whatever. We're also not very cocky about position in a lineup. So it's like, if you want to open,
I'll
like
fucking open, I'll close. I'll
yeah,
play
yeah, exactly. It's like we
Well,
go
that's-
to a new town. If we're in Guelph and they're like, "Oh, we want you to open," or if we're in Kitchener, they want us to play second, or we're in like Toronto, they're like, "Play third." Just don't be cocky about it. Don't like go into a new city expecting to fucking.
We're pretty much
get
trying
your
to.
own way
We're pretty
everywhere.
much trying to piggyback of Disband because Danny was on Disband.
No, I wasn't.
Here we go.
That's not a fact.
Oh, let's talk about
trying
that.
to laugh at
Just
Darwin.
been-
He hates. He hates us. He's so mad that I brought that up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
Danny
That was you. I thought I recognized you from somewhere.
That's what I said
He
the
doesn't
first
want
time
to
we
be
walked into the
recognized.
jam. He said, I've got this guy singing. And I was sitting behind the drums, and this guy walked in. I'm like, I know you from somewhere. He's like, oh, probably just from shows around London. I'm like, yeah, probably.
What do you think of Greg Norrie?
Greg Norrie was
Don't
nice.
open that can of worms.
I love that.
I don't
What
know.
does he do?
I thought of him as a professional gentleman who carried himself well. Thank you.
with cocaine.
Noises.
I've talked about him on here before.
Yeah, no. The disband thing was really, it was kind of cool. All the producers were super nice. We got drunk in Toronto for a week, played some like shitty show on air, and like we weren't ready to do it, and it was like ridiculous anyway. Like we didn't want to do it. It was just kind of like, oh, let's have fun and get drunk in Toronto for a week. The disband thing was weird. I love it for the memories. Don't love it because everyone else remembers it.
Right.
The personal
people
memories
don't
were
forget.
great. Yeah,
Most
but,
people don't know that he's
but
from
the
that, though, not
syndication is something.
Is there syndication of it though?
I think people
Is it
still
Riyadh?
come in. Like people who were like 16, 17, they were like 13 when that show came
layouts.
out, and they'll come up and be like,
Layouts,
"Hey,
yeah.
you were on Disney. Are you in Disney Fires?
I
Are they
watch,
still around?"
I watch
I'm like,
it on muchmusic.com
No.
still.
"Yeah, you can watch on muchmusic.com."
Not a single band that was on Street Pharmacy. I think is the only one.
That's still around.
Yeah.
That is still a band.
Yep.
Wow. Great name.
Yeah, abandon all ships.
They weren't.
They're
They weren't actually.
They were
fuck
so
abandon all
terrible.
ships. They're
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
no, they were dicks. They were like we
auto-tune the
met
whole
them.
thing.
Hey, we
met
have a
them
no
bunch.
dick policy, so.
So that band is
They
all
were
about that
assholes.
shit.
Like I'm not going to dance
toured
around the
with
fact
those
they were
guys.
assholes.
And they were wonderful gentlemen. Weren't
They were positively wonderful.
arseholes.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
they sucked. They were dicks.
I was kidding.
All right, so we gotta keep this rolling. So what's coming up for Wasted Potential? What's on the horizon? What do you guys?
Worldwide domination.
Last night, with the, I don't know.
No,
He's not here,
Goose isn't
but
here.
with our friend Goose at 11th Hour
11th
Studio,
Hour
we
Studios,
recorded, we tracked 8 songs, guitar, bass, and drums. So we're doing a.
So that was like
6
20 minutes.
No.
12.
We did 8 songs, or
2
just
songs,
12
20
and a
minutes.
half minutes. So we're 6 of those are going on a 7-inch, which Hatchet was like on a 7-inch. Yeah, we're going on 7-inch at 33 RPM. So we're doing that. So that should be done in about a month, and then we're gonna press it.
Yeah.
We're going to Montreal next
Next week.
weekend. Then we're in Toronto the week after,
22nd.
22nd at the Bovine.
At the
I'm
Bovine.
working on my
JD
tell-all
is
memoir.
the booking agent for Bovine.
Yeah, and then we're hoping to play Koi Fest in September.
You are.
And then
You are.
Apparently we are. We haven't got a word yet, but
Oh,
apparently
wait,
that's
sorry.
the word.
and
I
then-
will find out in an hour.
and then whatever the hell comes up, we're at her. We're trying to do
That's
whatever
great.
we can.
I'm working on my tell-all book.
Yeah.
In Europe next year.
All the secrets come out.
What, are you guys? Want to share something with the podcast here?
What's the secret
Albie?
over there, guys?
Albie, what's the secret?
Yeah. What's all the yakety yak about?
Dick pics.
I took her cell phone and I've been texting people. She told me one of the guys I was texting that he was touchy. So I was like, I texted the guy and I was like, I'm touchy, just like my vagina or something like that. So,
Wow.
Way to make it about you,
And
Maybe I shouldn't have gone. I shouldn't have cut to Albie.
That's the legendary bass
Yeah,
player.
it's Albie.
That's the legendary albino bass player.
That's
Hey.
right. That's right.
Hey, aren't you moving?
me? Yeah, I'm moving to the
I read
other
you're announcing you were moving tonight.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to announce that? on the
four
podcast?
floors
Let's
up.
do it.
4 floors up.
Yeah,
So
are you
boring.
talking to your boyfriends with your other boyfriend? Brent's just losing his mind.
No, I'm good. I'm good here.
Can you hear me from here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm moving to the 807. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna take about. Well, actually, it's gonna take longer than I thought because all my friends are in Montreal that weekend. But yeah, I'm moving upstairs.
Where are all your friends?
All my friends are dead.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just moving upstairs at my place, and it happens to be the 807 area code where I grew up. And
Cool story.
my number's 807.
I'm just kidding.
Moving on.
I'm joking.
Tell it
And
again.
beer. And tasty homemade beer.
That's true. It's true.
Believe me,
Very cool.
I'm pretty sure I'm playing bass with him now. And
Yeah. Well, we're waiting to find out what the next installment here of.
From terrible to
I might be like 5 episodes ahead of this because Getty's in the
I thought it was
next
called
8.
Terrible to Terrible.
I really gotta say, in regards to that, I'm a little upset that
Tolerable to
when
terrible.
episode 1 ended, you were wasted trying to hail down cabs to ditch them, and then I was looking forward to that at the beginning of episode 2, and it wasn't anywhere to be found.
Oh,
'Cause I didn't
331
actually-
Arts.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't do it, did he?
No, I didn't do it.
Probably
But you saw the end of episode 2.
I got bored.
Jimmy's getting a cameo in the next
Yeah, I
one.
don't blame you for getting bored.
Oh, I'm getting a
First half
cameo?
of episode 2 was
Oh, yeah?
me being here.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't see it.
We'll splice some footage in there.
Oh, what did I say?
But the end of episode 2 was me and my drummer having a competition that who could throw
throw up
more
in my
empty
mouth.
beer bottles at a parking meter.
That's more interesting than what he's saying.
This is definitely wasted potential.
Yeah.
Almost
into
threw
the
up
Albie
just
show.
now.
Oh yeah.
Let's keep the questions rolling.
All right, well, we'll let you know when the next installment of From Terrible to Tolerable, featuring the formation of Heart and Lungs, is coming up, and we'll post it. We'll make sure to post it.
You want to kick Getty out right now for me?
No, I won't do that. Yeah. No.
I'm kidding.
It's like breaking it by text
Yeah.
message. It's awesome.
I'm not.
I'll say it. Getty, I'm playing bass now, I guess. I'm not that good, but I'm playing bass now. I have a Sans amp.
You got him there.
I played last practice, and I'm playing tomorrow in the practice. Next question.
So for those that perhaps aren't tuned into all things Wasted Potential, where can they find you online?
Everywhere. Every single place, ever.
We're on
The YouTube, the Twitter, the Facebook.
I don't know if we have a YouTube account, but you can you can YouTube Wasted Potential, and we're probably in the top 10 results. Wastedpotential.bandcamp.com. We have our demo and our Soho sessions. Facebook.com/Wasted Potentials, our Facebook.
And
At We Are Wasted.
At We Are Wasted
on
yeah.
Twitter.
People don't seem to like us on Twitter as much.
Well, maybe it's a little bit more difficult for them to find you because the handle is We Are Wasted. As opposed
Twitter
to-
is also foreign to a lot of people.
One of
too.
these guys picked it.
That was him. I didn't like it. I remember I thought it was.
You don't have to check it. Like,
I wasn't
Hey,
wasted at
one
the time.
conversation.
Albie, get out. Albie, get out.
Out of here.
Albie, go home. You're drunk. Just kidding.
He keeps looking back at me, man. This is not my fault.
Anyways.
So you guys have a couple of videos that are posted up right now. You were mentioning earlier when you're on stage, you recorded with Simon Larachette. You did some videos for live videos with 331 Arts, which Michael DeVecchio and Tyler O'Brien, they're here.
331 Arts,
Yeah.
they're our buddies, our homies. So they came in
great
with
support.
us. We went and stepped in with Simon, and they did 3 sets of videos. We did 2 songs per video, and we released those. We did a cover video for Tom Petty for our friends in the UK out of a record label called Cat's Eye Records out in the UK. So they released that on a cover series. We have one more song coming out, which we can't really say. It's coming out on a blog compilation soon. That'll be the last one. So.
Well, you just kind of did say it.
But we didn't say the song name. So no
okay, fair enough.
No one has heard the song yet. If you listen to this, you heard the song, but if you can pick it out, if you can actually name the song and tell us what the hell it is, we'll give you a free shirt. But
There you go. Free shirt. If you can name the song that's going to be featured on an upcoming blog
You
compilation.
can pick it out, yeah, for sure.
Then you're going to
First
get a
person
free
gets a
Wasted
free shirt.
Potential.
Basically,
pizza,
no one gets that shirt.
Pizzagram t-shirt.
Whatever shirt they want. Even this one, this Fila shirt.
Yeah.
No, the
You
Fila
play the
shirt
rockers
stays.
back.
The Fila shirt stays.
I'd want that Descendants shirt.
I
That's the
wouldn't.
song.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
He's into sports big
Yeah.
time.
I wouldn't.
All right, well, listen, gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast
for
today,
having us.
and not only performing, but obviously getting behind everything that we're doing and pumping this up. I mean, I've seen your posts now for the last couple of weeks about this, and obviously tonight, great success. We had a great crowd out, and I couldn't be more appreciative of you guys coming in and tearing that shit up. That was awesome. I can't wait to play. I recorded the live stream for you, so you'll be able to listen to it back.
Thank you. Pick a song that we don't fuck up too much in.
Cool.
So basically,
Well,
don't play
then.
any of it.
It might be-
So listen, I need to take like 2 minutes or maybe 5 to thank the sponsors. Are you guys cool to sit in with that, or do you want to
Oh, yeah.
Rip it.
out? Cool. Can you pull up the sponsors? So first off, I need to thank Brandon Eady of Summer Camp Productions. If you don't know Brandon Eady is one of the foremost promoters of all things independent in London, but also works on some of the bigger acts. London Music Hall is his primary venue. Rum Runners, obviously located within there, also works out of the APK. His name has been synonymous with music here in London for a number of years. I want to thank him for everything that he's done, not only for our show, but for the bands that have come on this show. A number of them have been afforded opportunities to go and play at some of the venues here in town, not limited to a band that is going to be featured next week on our show, which is the Offensive Senses. They've got a show upcoming as part of a Summer Camp Productions. But also, Brandon's been working with me, and now we're also going to be co-producing some of the shows that are be coming up. Case in point is this Friday, The Fault of Mine, who are going to be playing with Rattlesnake Hotel as well as Astoria at the APK. So I want to thank Brandon Eady and Summer Camp Productions. Check them out on Facebook, give them a like. If you want to find out about all the awesome bands that are coming to London, you definitely want to follow Summer Camp Productions.
Just don't make fun of my pink Vans.
I know. I couldn't help it, man. I'm not a big fan of pink.
Like I said, man,
I'm a fan.
they're not
Yeah.
for me, but they look good on you.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. What are you doing later?
I need to thank Dude Dogs. So next door to us in this little parking lot at Adelaide and Lorne is a little beer store, and beside that beer store is Dude Dogs, which sell gourmet hot dogs. If you've not had Dude Dogs yet, you really need to do yourself a favor and stop by and pick up some of their dogs. I've pretty much had the majority of them. I've had the Wally dog, which has peanut butter on it, which was kind of bizarre, but Dave talked me into it, and it was actually quite good. I also had the sticky, which I think is my favorite, and the chili cheeser, which is awesome too. They've got a full selection, a bunch of different toppings. You need to go and check them out. Dude Dogs.
Danny wants to know if they have a veggie dog over there.
You know, I think they have buns.
He likes wiener. He wants a solid wiener in his mouth, so.
A solid soy
Well,
wiener.
if they do, I'll find out for you, and if they don't. But what I do know is I made a suggestion to him. I'm
And
like,
a
you need to pick up
gluten-free
some
bun.
You need to pick up some energy drinks, and he went and picked up some energy drinks. Because
We played in Toronto last weekend down on the Esplanade, and we went up to this gourmet hot dog place.
Yeah, we played
And-
punk rock there.
And
For real.
me and Dustin, we got like tasty dogs, and Danny got a dog, and we're all eating our dogs, and Danny's like, mine doesn't even have a hot dog on it. It's just straight up.
It
fucking
said vegetarian, but it was just asparagus in a bun.
Oh, really?
It was
Bummer.
like some sick fucking joke for $10.
He wanted wiener in his mouth.
I've got to be
I'm all
honest with you.
plugged
I
into
don't
this
know
cat.
if he
Why
has a
didn't it do
vegetarian
nothing?
alternative, but that said, for those
He should.
meat eaters out there, you need to go and check out Dude Dogs. Once again, Adelaide and Lauren, go see Dave. Awesome dude, awesome dogs. Check him out. I need to thank Steve and Jane Poulin at the Submission Academy, which is located at
Yo, I'm all
Dundas
plugged
and
into this
Egerton.
cat. What does it do?
London's premier Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school. They've got a kids program. They've got competition classes. Their students right now are cleaning up at competitions across Ontario. If you're looking for an alternative exercise and something different that's going to help you build some confidence through hard work, these are the people that you want to go see. Two of the nicest people that I know, the Submission Academy, Dundas and Egerton. I need to thank Scotty Finlayson, aka Scotty Fairmont, at fullcolorcards.ca has hooked us up with some business cards here. If you happen to be in the market for business cards, this is a guy you want to go see. Awesome dude, does awesome work, great prices, will work with you. He's also a graphic designer, worked for a number of years in his own working for the man rather, and now he's branched out doing his own thing. Fullcolorcards.ca, check him out. Jay Rhoda at Jay Rhoda Photography couldn't be here tonight. I know he desperately wanted to be. London's premier photog, in my opinion. This guy's been around these parts for 20 years taking pictures of bands, really knows how to work with lights. He's got a great promotion going. If you need some band promos done and you want somebody that not only is going to be able to capture light, but kind of expose your band in the way that you want to be viewed, this is the guy that you want to go see. Check him out online, Jay Rhoda Photography. Do it. And last but not least, I do need to thank Mr. Manson Keeler at Manson Tattoo. Manson is also sponsoring our 3-song Rock Shocker, which takes place not only here on the podcast every Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m., but also on CHRW Radio every Friday from 3:30 to 6 p.m. The Rock Shocker features 3 of our favorite songs for the week, sponsored by Manson Keeler. Awesome tattoo artist. I've had a great experience with this guy. You know, anybody that will tell you that if you're going to get a tattoo, there's a lot of places here in London that offer flash services where you can go in and pick something out of a book. They'll put it onto your arm, for relatively cheap and pretty quickly. But that said, if you want something intricate, something, intangible that concepts, ideas that you want to be able to put into art, and this is going to be something put on your skin permanently, this is the guy that you want to go see. I can't tell you enough. The experience that I've had with him has been incredible. So Manson Keeler, he's at Dundas between English and what's the other street? Not English, but Dundas English and
Lauren?
Lyle.
no.
Dundas and English
Carver.
are perpendicular.
No.
Right
Dundas
next to
runs
London
this way.
Oh, it's
English
Elizabeth.
runs this. Dundas between English
Stratford.
and Elizabeth. Can't miss him. He's got one of those sandwich boards on the sidewalk. Go and check him out.
Right beside the London
Book your consultation
skate
today, man.
co-op.
Secure Tattoo. And we're done.
I'd like to thank the Flying Monkey Brewery too. They give us tasty beers.
I would
hear
like to
your
thank
mic
Wasted
echoing
Potential
out.
for bringing in some 7.5% alcohol beer because I'm slurring all over these.
You guys are all hammered. I'm sober. This is weird.
That's amazing.
Party cat.
Party cat.
All right, you guys sticking around for a bit?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, every Wednesday night, listen, we have an open door policy. We invite the public to come. We do ask, all of our shows are free. However, if anybody would like to make a donation to our cause, there's a donation box by the front door. We're not asking for a lot, but any of the contributions that you want to make are going to be reinvested right into what we do. We're looking to be a long-term, viable, and sustainable alternative media committed to supporting all the local talent here in London and southwestern Ontario. And believe me, there's an abundance of it. We've been tuned into a ton of it. We're going to keep exposing you to it. We want to thank you for any contributions that you're willing to make to London Indie Underground. So I want to thank you on behalf of all of us here. My name is Jimmy James.
And I am Brandon Eady.
And I'm Dustin Andrews.
I'm Eddie Better.
I'm Dustin Campbell.
Brazil the Block.
Nick Baird.
Dude.
Randy.
So I want to thank you for tuning in to another edition of the London Indie Underground, London's only independent music broadcast, showcasing some of our area's most talented artists, bands, and personalities. Coming to you live from the Vault Recording Studio. Tune in next week. Pull up the slide, please. Where will we be joined by our Battle for the Underground version 2.0 winners, the Offensive Senses, will be joining us here in studio for an interview and live performance. Please, you do not want to miss this. These guys are kick-ass. We've been featuring them a whole bunch. I think they're still here. At least I hope they are.
Yep.
So I want to talk to them. So thanks for...
bandmate.
Yeah, right on.
Was in a band with Aaron from that.
Amazing bassist.
He was in Terror Horse.
So,
They rip?
Aaron Horse.
You guys rip? This is like a
Off topic, but
official
yeah.
rip.
Tune in
yeah,
next
you
week.
guys totally derailed me. What the fuck?
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
7.5%.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about Party Cat.
So thanks for tuning in to another edition of London Indie Underground. Listen, join us this Friday from 3:30 to 6 p.m. Myself and Brandon Eady, we're going to turn out all the best tunes from London and southwestern Ontario. And join us this Saturday for our next fundraiser event featuring Two Crown King, the Baxters, the Black Frame Spectacle, Messes and Miracles, and last but not least, the Divine Right of Kings. So I'm going to leave you today.
Say
What?
the F word.
So much pee is gonna come under my dick.
Thank you. So Albie's not allowed in here next time. He can hang outside. So we're gonna leave you today with my band here, and one of the songs that I've been urging these guys to put back into the set because I really want to fucking play this one. This is Two Crown King with Automatic here on the London Indie Underground. Have a good night, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
Son of a gun, I'm another one who's gonna get slapped. Now I gotta go, better get my neck snapped.
Wanna get up, but the kid gets down.
Boom, the bomb blows, debris brings a cloud to earth. The sounds that burst aloud and hurt. The crowd disperses, leaving just the ground and dirt and still the.
Wanna get up, but the kid gets down.
And now I'm alone, I know it's only a matter of time. Quick, I gotta run, I'm in and out of my mind. I needed an enemy, give me an enemy is fine.
Wanna get up, but the kid gets down.
On enemy lines, my enemy finds me cover alone. Too tired to fight back, too deep to run alone. Too deep, I should've known, too late now. Because the kid wanna get it, but the kid gets down.
Oh no, here we go. Slow motion, so automatic. Oh no, here we go. Slow motion, so automatic. Yeah,
She's so automatic. guff. Okay, enough's enough. You know I got a lot on the go and times are tough. I'm on the cloud, reached about ready to rock, and then you start running your mouth and running amok, and now I'm standing here stranded stuck.
I said the kid wanna get it, but the kid gets fucked.
Quick, run, the fun just finished. I can smell trouble and I don't wanna be in it. I'ma go get my coat, I'll be back in a minute.
And you can keep running your mouth and running amok.
No more white knuckle breakneck speeds, no more hip-bent turns. I've learned to buckle my seat. It's your turn to stay up late, wait out in the cold.
I know where you've been,
and I know what you're told. Oh no, here we go. Slow-mo, she's so automatic.
Oh no, she's so automatic that I hope this don't end up tragic.
Roll on, rowing, roll. Low pro tiptoe through the traffic.
Low pro tiptoe through the traffic, cause oh no, she's so automatic.
High def, blow by blow. Ringside HBO, fantastic.
Ringside HBO, fantastic. Oh no, she's so automatic.
Oh no, here we go. Slow-mo, she's so automatic. Yeah, yeah.
Get back, son of a gun, I'm another one who's gonna get slapped. Now I gotta go, gotta get my neck snapped.
Kids wanna get up, but the kid gets down.
Boom, the bomb blows, debris brings a cloud to earth. The sounds that burst aloud and hurt. The crowd disperses, leaving just the ground of dirt and still the
Kids wanna get up, but the kid gets down.
And now I'm alone, I know it's only a matter of time. Quick, I gotta run, I'm in and out of my mind. I needed an enemy in me, give me an enemy, it's fine.
Kids wanna get up, but the kid gets down.
On enemy lines, my enemy finds me cover blown. Too tired to fight back, too deep to run alone. Too deep, I should've known, too late now. Because the kid wanna get it, but the kid gets down.
Oh no, here we go. Slow-mo, she's so automatic.
Oh no, she's so automatic that I hope